I'm here on Penny's clinical dashboard, ready to enter a new REDDI round. So I'll scroll down and select Begin Assessment. I'm going to enter Penny's REDDI rounds and REDDI results for today's session. If it wasn't today and I wanted to select a different date, I'd click on the calendar and I would select the appropriate date. But I'll keep it on today's date, the 24th of August, and set up the REDDI rounds. I'm going to enter the results of the REDDI for Penny today. So I'm going to set up the round and indicating the distance, which was between 1 and 1.9 metres. The first listening condition of the REDDI today was with 2 cochlear implants on, so that was her everyday condition. There were no cues provided with the REDDI sounds, and it was with conversational volume. So in today's session, we saw that Penny imitated imitated oo, and e. And today she detected or, sh, and s. As Penny imitated these 4 sounds correctly, I don't need to additionally add her detection response, as imitation is a higher level listening skill. So we've got a combination of imitation and detection. And when I've finished that round, I'll select Add. If you just simply did the one round, you would go ahead and finish the session. However, in the session today, we also checked her left hearing by taking her right cochlear implant processor off and kept no cues and everyday listening condition. With these conditions, with checking the responses on the left side, Penny detected all of the sounds, or, oo, e, sh, and s. We didn't see an imitation response when the sounds were presented with her left side alone, so I'll go ahead and add that round. We did 2 rounds today with the everyday listening condition and with the left, so I'll go ahead and select Finish Session. I'm here on Penny's clinical dashboard, ready to enter a new REDDI round, so I'll scroll down and select Begin Assessment. I'm here to record Penny's responses to the Ling sounds today. So the distance is 2 metres of where the sounds were presented, with everyday listening conditions, so she was wearing both of her cochlear implants. Initially we provided no cues and in conversational volume. So her responses today, she imitated incorrectly. So I'm going to note down here the sound that she responded to as oo. Or was also imitated incorrectly, and she responded as oo. Oo, and e were all responded to correctly, and sh and s were detected. She didn't imitate the sound correctly or incorrectly, and as detection is a lower listening skill, it's okay here to select detected for those 2 sounds. So that was Penny's responses to the Ling sounds today, so I'll select Add. As Penny responded to those sounds differently to normal, we then provided the sounds in the same condition of 2 metres with both of her cochlear implants on, but this time added auditory cues to see her responses to those 2 sounds. So when we provided with an auditory cue as she still produced the sound incorrectly and produced it as oo. Or produced with auditory cues as well as or was also still produced incorrectly as oo. So as they were the only 2 sounds that needed those auditory cues for her response, we didn't do the other sounds with auditory cues, so I'll add those too. As those sounds were still responded to with incorrect imitation, we then provided a visual cue so Penny could see our mouths when we said the sounds. This time when she could see the sounds, when I said Penny imitated correctly. And similarly, when we presented or with a visual cue, she responded correctly. So I'll go ahead and add that round. As this was unusual for Penny to respond to these two sounds incorrectly, I'm going to write a note here to speak to the audiologist. And after writing that note, I'll select Finish Session.